Okay, we are back in session. We're going to move one agenda item out of order, and that is item 3.1, which I am delighted to announce is the 2017 Hayward Awards for Excellence in Education. We have recipients in the audience, and we wanted to just make it a little easier for them and then take it out of order. So I think, Vice Chancellor Walker, are you ready to go?
Hello again, President Estolano, Vice President Epstein, and Chancellor Oakley and Board. I'm delighted to be with my colleague Julie Bruno, who's President of the Academic Senate, to announce the 2017 Hayward Awards for Excellence in Education. And just a quick background. This program was established in 1989, so that means we have seen a lot of really good faculty members come forward. Presented annually to honor community college faculty members who are selected by their peers for demonstrating the highest level of commitment to their students, college, and profession. Award recipients nominated by their college academic senate and selected by a representation of the academic senate for the California community colleges must have a record of outstanding performance of professional activities, as well as active participation on campus. The award alternates by year for consideration of full-time and part-time faculty. This year, Area B and C nominated part-time faculty, while Area A and D nominated full-time faculty. Having been both a full-time and a part-time faculty, those are sometimes succinctly different opportunities, and all of them difficult at best. So I now offer you my colleague, Julie Bruno.
Welcome.
Or whatever you want to do to her.
Well, thank you, Vice Chancellor Walker.
Great to have you here, Julie.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be with you again. President Estolano, Vice President Epstein, board members, Chancellor Oakley. So it's good to see all of you. It is my privilege to introduce today our award winners. I want to thank the Foundation for California Community Colleges and Keitha Mills, of course, specifically for the ongoing support of recognizing faculty excellence in teaching, learning, and professional service. This award actually covers all of those areas. And thank you to the board for taking time to really recognize and hear from our awardees. They're really wonderful, wonderful faculty members. I will begin with our first. I'm going to give a few lines of introduction, but there's a fuller bio in your board agenda item. Marina Broder, I'll ask Marina to come up and join me here. Marina is part-time English as a second language faculty from Mission College who actively practices diversity in the classroom as a human experience. Marina draws from her own immigrant upbringing to empower students from immigrant populations, and much of her work outside of the classroom is devoted to outreach efforts to acquaint recent immigrants with college who may not otherwise attend. She teaches ESL to a wide variety of student populations and has developed innovative and successful techniques to reach students at every age and skill level. She is particularly dedicated to older adult learners. Marina is a strong supporter of faculty rights and serves as a union representative, advocating for inclusiveness and equity in the working environment. And we'll hear a few words from Marina.
Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm really honored to receive this award. I'm thrilled. I found out about it the day after my birthday, and it was just a great present. I really didn't expect it. But I'm so proud because for me it's just a sign, it's an encouragement to continue doing what I have been doing for the past few years, which is reaching out to wider populations to try to encourage students who may think that they're not college material to come to college and to see the potential that they can have once they achieve, improve their skills and achieve certificates, degrees. And I think I've heard a lot about pathways, and that's what we've been doing as well, building pathways between adult schools and community colleges, between small organizations, networks of nonprofit organizations, libraries. So really working a lot in the community and reaching out our populations and trying to inspire more people to reach out and improve their skills and have that belief in the better future for themselves and their families. And I would like to, I'm not here, because of my own efforts. I'm here also due to all the mentors and support from my ESL department at Mission College. People who believed in me and thought that a part-timer can represent the department at the consortium for adult education. And it really helped me learn a lot and gave me a lot of strength and encouragement. I would like to thank my director and coordinator in the international program as well, who believed in me and kept saying that, oh, it's just the beginning. With every new position that I tried to step into. I would like to thank my colleagues and senators at the Mission College Academic Senate and my president of Mission College Academic Senate, Thais Winsome, for nominating me and for all the support that my colleagues have given me. At Mission College, we're really, we talk a lot about Mission family because we're a small college and we do know each other very well. We support each other and we treat each other very well. And I just want to be optimistic about all the opportunities ahead coming our way, and that we will work very, very hard together and achieve great things for the state of California. So thank you very much.
Great. Thank you very much.
Our next award winner is Amanda Paskey, who is an anthropology professor at Cosumnes River College. Amanda, come join me, please. Amanda is committed to both anthropology and teaching, as evidenced by the course materials and resources she has developed to meet the needs of her diverse students. Amanda actively participates in research that has resulted in the integration of discipline research and student learning. As an example, she has collaborated on an archaeological project with the California State Parks that resulted in opportunities for her students to participate in fieldwork and to present their findings at professional conferences. An active participant in governance and student success initiatives, Amanda has served as department chair for over 6 years, been a curriculum committee member for over 11 years, and has participated in many other leadership roles. And I'm going to include the fact that Amanda is actually one of our CID leads, coordinators at the state level. So that was not taken into consideration for this award because we can't, but I want to recognize her in that capacity as well because she's doing phenomenal work for us in CID.
Great. Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the Board of Governors and the Foundation for California Community Colleges for this award. I would also like to thank my colleagues from Cosumnes River College for the support and for nominating me. Being recognized for your work is overwhelming. All I wanted to do was make a difference in students' lives and help them find their paths to success. I've always done what was needed by my students and what I wanted to get personally involved in, and I never thought my actions went above and beyond. So to be honored like this is amazing, surreal, and something I'm still trying to wrap my mind around. I have demonstrated my commitment to student success in my classroom by experimenting with non-traditional methods of instruction and collaboration with colleagues to gain better understanding with my students on tough anthropological concepts. Additionally, I have tried to make my subject more relevant to their day-to-day lives. Anthropology is not exactly a discipline that jumps to the forefront of one's mind when thinking about the challenges that face us each day, but it should be the discipline that jumps out. Anthropology studies people, and by creating assignments that demonstrate the relevance of the discipline, has assisted my students in changing their assumptions about the world and re-examining their own inherent biases. I have also demonstrated this commitment in the archaeological work my colleague and I do with students for California State Parks. Not only has this project forged a strong connection to local community partners, including state parks and the Sacramento History Museum, in a discipline that is typically not workforce-oriented, but it has also given numerous students incredible opportunities to participate in active research and present their findings at professional conferences, allowing them an early opportunity at professional networking and CV building. At last weekend's Society for California Archaeology's annual meeting, there was a mini reunion of 9 of our students who had worked with us on the project. A few are still completing their bachelor's degrees, but the rest are either employed as archaeologists or studying archaeology in graduate school, and all were representing recent findings of their work. I have also demonstrated this commitment in my campus leadership positions and now my statewide service as CID curriculum director. My goal is to help others create or clarify paths to success for their students. Perhaps this means providing curriculum support to my CRC colleagues in course and program revision, or it might mean working with CID to help expose more people to the benefits of the transfer or model curriculum and how this can clarify their path for their students. While this recognition is amazing, I hope I have made a bit of difference to the students I have come in contact with over my tenure. Their success is really the best award I could ever get. Thank you for the recognition.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Sally Sanger is our next award winner, and I'll ask her to come and join us. Sally has taught physical education for 34 years in both credit and non-credit courses at Santa Barbara City College. She works hard to bridge differences in culture, socioeconomic status, age, ability, and learning style. Santa Barbara City College's Alternative Paths to Success was designed by Sally to fit the needs of students and their designated areas of practice. She has notably spanned disciplines by working with faculty to provide programs that link health knowledge with physical fitness to ensure that older adults in the community are served based on their individual needs. She has held several local leadership positions, including service on the Faculty Association Board, the local Academic Senate, and the Continuing Education Instructors Executive Board. Sally, congratulations.
Welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Good morning. It's my pleasure to be here. I want to start by thanking my friend and colleague, Cornelia Alzheimer. She nominated me, and for my college in nominating me for this prestigious award. And of course, to thank the California Community College Foundation and the Academic Senate for selecting me again for this prestigious award, for the Hayward Award. It's just, it's kind of overwhelming. I'm really grateful to be working for the California Community College system. It's an honor and a privilege, and I never thought I would be still working for the California Community College system. 35 years, actually. Don't
Wow.
cheat me out of that. Last year, 35 years. And I'm really lucky to be living in Santa Barbara, born and raised there, and to work for that Santa Barbara City College. It's a great college. I get great support. And to be part of the faculty there is wonderful. I began my career, like I said, 35 years ago, not really thinking that I would still be teaching part-time, temporary, for 35 years. And especially being here and receiving this honor, it just, at age, I was only 10 years old when I started, by the way. At age 26, it was a part-time job, and I really loved it. I did find it was challenging. It's been challenging, and I want to thank my husband and personal photographer over there for hanging in there during some of those unique stresses for the part-time faculty. And being a teacher can be challenging on its own, but part-time, it can be extra challenging. But I made it work. I wanted to make it work for me in the long term, and it has, and I've stuck with it, and my passion and dedication and commitment has never wavered for my teaching and my commitment to student success. And it is, I think, true with a lot of part-time faculty. If they've stayed with it for many years, they're obviously doing something right. They're constantly rehired. And no one really survives for a length of time without having passion, commitment, and dedication. So this, I really want to commend my fellow part-time instructors that are able to stay with it and commit and stay focused on student success and helping our students. I'd like to acknowledge my two greatest teachers, my mom, who is 93, and my dad, who recently passed away. And this is for my dad. He always instilled in me to be of service. He was a great example of that and a role model, and it's kind of sad that he's not here. But this is for you, Dad, and again, I thank you for the honor and for being here.
Thank you.
So our final winner today is Jo Win Woo. Jo, could you come and join me, please? Joe is a biology professor from Fullerton College with 26 years of teaching and mentoring experience. She has been voted twice as the college's Teacher of the Year. Joe has also been a primary or assistant leader in 8 grants and fellowships that span over 30 years, including work-study opportunities and partnerships with the National Institute of Health, the National Science Foundation, and the Department of Education. As the college liaison for 2 university internship programs targeting minority and disadvantaged students, Joe has offered workshops, written numerous support letters, and created hands-on, project-based summer camps that have served 462 high school and 311 middle school students in the past 6 years. She has served on 6 different committees and projects and serves as the faculty advisor for the Fullerton College Science Club for over 20 years. So congratulations, Joe.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So, dear Board of Governors, distinguished guests and colleagues, it's an exceptional honor to have been selected for this prestigious award. I thank the Academy Academic Senate and the Foundation for California Community Colleges for granting me this esteemed award. And I also want to thank Peter Snyder and Fullerton College for nominating me. So I feel especially honored and grateful that this award comes from the Academic Senate of Community Colleges, because this educational system has been the ideal environment for me to thrive and be creative and to pursue many projects. So for me, it was very important to form collaborative partnerships with and wide-ranging projects with many high school districts, as well as middle school districts, universities, and industry. And Fullerton College has given me the opportunities to apply and to receive many of the grants that she mentioned. And they were mainly to promote hands-on science training for students at all levels. So I truly believe, and I have a very strong passion for hands-on science training for students at very young ages moving onward to college. So as Julie mentioned, we have sponsored science summer camps for junior and high school students. I've invested in skills building workshops on weekends. I have held multiple weekend research experiences and research projects for high school and college students, and grown a partnership with 80 high school teachers in 40 schools for 8,000 students in biotechnology training. And we also developed a collaboration with 4 other community colleges in Orange County, and we've now started these CTE certificates in biotechnology.
That's wonderful.
So you all know the community college system is a wonderful opportunities for all students and allowing open access. And this has been really, really important to me. The college provides a wide variety of courses for liberal arts education, prerequisites for transfer universities, and also practical career building skills and knowledge. To me, the college provides a very strong social work network for our students, and many of them have grown to see the college as their second family. The college provides encouragement, guidance, and hope. So for me, there's a quote by Solomon Ortiz that education is the key to success in life, and that teachers make a lasting impact in the lives of their student. So in my own personal journey, I started as a first-generation immigrant to the United States. I was the very first foreign student that in a town in Missouri. So I had teachers who didn't know what to do with me because I didn't speak English, and they had never met a foreign student before. And I also had some great teachers along the way. But one of the most important persons in my life was Dr. Ernestine Long, who made a huge difference during my formative years. So she strongly encouraged me to try hands-on science experiments, to look for college scholarships, to become the first female in the family to attend a college, and to not be afraid to pursue a graduate degree in science. I hope that I have followed her footsteps very closely. So as a teacher and mentor for the past 26 years, I see a huge opportunity and feel a very deep, passionate responsibility to allow young students to explore hands-on science, to guide students toward learning practical skills that they didn't even know that they needed, and to empower students to reach their academic potential, and to encourage students to work harder towards realistic goals and to strive towards their big dreams. I hope that I can be that memorable teacher who makes a tremendous difference in my students' lives. So thank you again
Thank
for this
you.
great honor.
Would any board members like to comment or provide any? Dr. Fan and Haynes.
If I may, I would be remiss if I don't say something about my friend and colleague, Amanda, who shares the small office building at CRC. This award to Amanda is well-deserved, in my view. Her calm demeanor and the effectiveness that she has in everything she does, including teaching her classes. And more importantly, I think her collegiality toward her peers and administrators on campus is something that we cherish. You may think that the word collegiality and college go hand in hand, but since they share the same root word, but that may not be the case, particularly at local Senate meetings, right, Julie? But it's refreshing and warm to see Amanda almost every day on campus. Sometimes I don't come on campus on Fridays. And to see her receiving this award is great, and congratulations, Amanda.
Board Member Haynes.
So first I want to congratulate all of the awardees. The work you do is so very important. You are the sort of, in many cases, the entity, the people who spend the most time with our students. And so you are reflective of so many professionals on our campuses, so thank you very much. And in particular, a special thanks to Amanda. She is at CRC. We recognized her at our board meeting last week. It was a surprise to her. And thank goodness I read my board meeting before that, before the Wednesday meeting, so that we could bring her on campus to say a special thanks. And then finally, I want to thank the Academic Senate for keeping faculty first and foremost with all of us, because the faculty in many ways is our front line. You are the key to many of our students, and so I just want to thank you for your work.
I want to congratulate all of you. It's really, this is what it's all about in the California community colleges, and this is, your passion and your commitment is just exemplifies the very best of what we have to offer our students. And it's what carries our students to such great achievement. For Marina and Sally, our part-time faculty members, my mother was one of those 30-year part-time faculty members with different community colleges in the LA area, and I understand what you're saying about the challenges of that, but it takes really a lot of commitment to stick with the program. But you are transforming lives. Though you may be part-time faculty, you're transforming lives, and the fact that you've gone that extra mile for public service in addition to the work of teaching is exemplary. As well as Marina and Joanne, wow, I mean, just hearing about what you guys, Amanda and Joanne, what you all did in your particular programs are just tremendous. The hands-on science, the hands-on anthropology. I got so excited when I read about the work you're doing with the park system. Likewise, I have to imagine that Dr. Ernestine Long is looking down, and she's got to be so proud of you today. So on behalf of the Board of Governors, I want to congratulate you. I want to thank the Foundation and the Academic Senate for giving us the privilege of honoring you and hearing about your tremendous work. And now I want to take a bunch of photos. So thank you. Let's give them all a round of applause.
right.
Okay. Ooh, wow, mood lighting, Pam. Wow. Okay, after that very inspirational presentation, we're moving on to something inspirational as well. We're on item 2.4, which is the California College Promise Innovation Grant Program. Board members on my left, if you all could be seated, Connie, Gary. This is a very exciting presentation. I'm really glad to have you all here. Chancellor Oakley, would you like to introduce this item?
Yes, it gives me great pleasure to introduce this item, the California College Promise Innovation Grant Program. It's a little near and dear to my heart, and I want to thank Assembly members Freddie Rodriguez and Patrick O'Donnell for sponsoring, authoring the legislation that enacted this grant program. And it's wonderful to see so many applicants, so many College Promise programs committing themselves to educating everyone, every young person in their community. So with that, I will turn it over to Dr. Walker.
President Estolano, Vice President Epstein, and Chancellor Oakley, with my colleague Dean Rhonda Moore, will present the California College Promise Innovation Grant. On December 16th, 2016, the California Community Colleges released a request for applications, an RFA, for the California College Promise Innovation Grant Program. We were allocated $15 million in Proposition 98 funds to implement a new or expanding an existing program for college promises. Generally speaking, a college promise programs are partnerships which align your local K-12 school district, your community college, and public university segments designed to provide clear paths for students to follow in order to achieve their educational goals. This program should also improve college readiness, access, and overall success of its participants. Dean Moore will give you the objectives and how we determined the appropriate award winners.
Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you for letting us present this item. In October of 2011, the College Promise Partnership Act was signed into law by Governor Brown, and you kind of remember that. That new program allowed the Long Beach Community College District and the Long Beach Unified School District to enter into a partnership. The partnership has been very successful. The success of the collaboration has shown a dramatic increase in the number of students completing college level, that's non-remedial, English and mathematics courses, and the number of Long Beach Unified School District and Long Beach Community College students transferring into the Cal State Long Beach system. And the program, over the years of its inception, provided a model to other colleges within our system, other colleges on a national basis. We then saw early last year, some legislation, AB 1741, Rodriguez, as Chancellor Oakley mentioned, was signed into law in September of 16 by Governor Brown, and there was an accompanying budget for the legislation of $15 million, as Dr. Walker mentioned. And this act established the California College Promise Innovation Grant. So whereas the other program in 2011 was a single demonstration project, this opened it up and allowed the Chancellor's office and the Board of Governors to determine new awards so that more colleges and districts could participate in the program. College Promise are partnerships. They align K-12, the local community colleges, and the colleges in the other public four-year systems, most notably the CSUs. There's some very clear objectives lined out in the legislation. to show improvement in college readiness, access, and overall success of participants. So we had the amount appropriated for this program was $15 million. Internally we met and we determined it was a little bit tough to establish what was the right amount of an award. Do you give more awards to many colleges or more sizable awards to fewer colleges? I think we kind of met in the middle. We were able to award up to 6 multi-college districts at $1.5 million each, and up to 8 single college districts at $750,000 each. These are the legislation covered a 3-year period, so this is a one-time $15 million over a 3-year period. We'll get the awards out in May, so in actuality, they'll have about 2 years to spend. This is seed money only. Most applicants were using the funds for planning purposes and to implement the partnerships and get the infrastructure available. Most applicants did not use the grants to fund free college tuition per se. They proposed plans to build on local partnerships and foundation work, entrepreneurial and philanthropic, can't say that word, work to help fund those models. So we are recommending approval of 6 multi-college districts and 8 single college districts. We had 51 applicants. So very popular, and this was 51 of the 72 districts that applied. So most of the colleges in the system were covered. It was a very tight squeeze in some cases. The applications arrived to us. We had about 50 readers read the applications. Each application was read by 3 readers. We had a very rigorous scoring process that we went through, and we had a couple of appeals. The appeal process only allows appeals based on the process itself, not the individual scores. So I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I have Board Member Khan. Belansky, go ahead, Board Member Khan.
Okay, thank you once again, Vice Chancellor Walker, as well as, of course, Dean Rhonda Moore. It's great to see you.
Nice to see you.
I want to congratulate you. You almost had 70% participation from our districts, which is amazing. And the speed and alacrity with which you were able to pick this up and run with it is amazing. The 2 questions I pose are, how are you sharing best practices with college promise programs? We consistently run into the issue where no 2 promise programs are alike, so it's kind of tricky. So that's my first question. My second is there any overlap that you found with these applicants and their pursuit of creating pathways? Because as Chancellor Oakley always says, promise programs are great, but it's really about the pathways and getting students through the system all the way.
That's a good question, and I think that a variety of things can happen relative to the College Promise Program. As we do a number of presentations, both at Pathways events in the future and with the Student Services and Instructional Vice Presidents, we can start to develop opportunities to share information with people about what happened with these particular programs. I think the other piece on this College Promise Program today is that the information, when you get more than 50% of your colleges talking about it, you know people are talking about it and they're very interested in it. And I think individuals who didn't get selected are asking those questions about what I could have done differently. So we'll take some of that and maybe develop some templates that will help others in regard to this. I should also share with you that a specialist in our office, David Lawrence, popped his head up when I walked by, and that's how he became the person that put this all together. And I think it's because we don't have significant resources every time a new idea comes out, and our people just will be willing to, okay, I'll try. And so really developing that and learning a new skill in all of this management of these programs was important. And if for any reason the Chancellor was able to secure another $15 million, I think every one of these, we would see another 50 colleges apply. So I think we're on the right path, and in developing some of this conversation with the pathways would be really important, and we'll do that.
If I can just add one thing to that answer, I think there is a national network of college promise programs led by Martha Cantor, our former Undersecretary, former Chancellor of Foothill De Anza. And she has been working to get information out, also working with West Ed to provide technical support to colleges. So there is a lot of information out there nationally, as well as through the Community College League of California. They have a website. They sponsored a summit last year. We're going to have another summit this year to support California College Promise programs. And the final thing I'd say is you brought up a great point, which is there's a lot of discussion about what a College Promise program is. There's a lot of talk about the word free in College Promise programs, and we certainly do support colleges providing free to low-cost pathways for students, but the most important part of a College Promise program is aligning systems in support of students and ensuring that they have the greatest chance of completing a quality credential as quickly as possible and bringing together the systems. That's, at the end of the day, the promise that we're making. If we can get to a point where we have enough state aid for students and we can lower the cost to zero for tuition and fees, that would be wonderful. But we're going to continue to press that the most important part of this partnership is indeed the outcome for the student and getting them to that credential as quickly as possible.
Thank you, Chancellor. Board Member Belansky.
My comments are in keeping with the first two individuals that spoke, the Chancellor and Member Khan. I think it will be important as we move through with these colleges and college districts to get best practices and be able to share those, because I'm not always sure we do that enough and well enough so that we're learning from other community colleges in California. As I was writing some comments for myself, it's one thing to go to the Community College Research Center at Teachers College of Columbia University and look at their research on what we know about guided pathways or implementing guided pathways tips and tools, or to go to the American Association of Community Colleges regarding the movement toward pathways in other states and things. That's one thing to do, but it's not the same for me as if I hear what's happening in California because of the uniqueness of our community colleges, that we have 113 of them, and that we have become more and more aware over the last number of years that if we don't provide these guided pathways, and we've got another one coming up, basic skills, if we don't provide the guided pathways, we have too many students falling out, dropping out, because they didn't know where they were supposed to go, what they were supposed to do, and how they were supposed to succeed. And yet we need them. I mean, we just had the strong workforce development presentation and all these jobs of middle, skills. So I hope we can find out best practices and keep colleges informed so that we can kind of use those. Thank you.
Vice President Epstein.
Yeah, I just have a quick question. I think that the program's great and really excited about it. I was curious about why some of the grants were to a district and some were to an individual college. Can you explain that?
Sure. The ones that are to an individual college are single college districts. So the multiple college districts, they're all awarded to a district, so the actual grant will be made to a district, but a single college district only has the one college in it.
And we felt we could lever more opportunity if a multi college district like Los Rios and in the Sacramento has 4 colleges, and I think 2 of them were interested, and so they were trying to lever. Even though they didn't get this particular grant this time, we really talked about how we could leverage opportunity with multi-college districts.
Board Member Fun.
Thank you. I think a key ingredient in the success of this Promise program is the true partnership between the college district and the community, whether it's local jurisdictions, cities, or K-12 or four-year institutions. My question or observation is the grant is for a 3-year program, and what are the measures put in place to sustain the partnership once the money from this grant dries up for that particular district?
So these are planning grants, and I would hope that college administrators are looking significantly at the development of these grants and the information that has to happen in these first couple of years to really make some significant changes. And then how do you embed this work inside your own budget and the opportunity that will happen in the future? I think that first 2 or 3 years that you really have to do that sort of yeoman's work of lifting and developing and structuring should be able to work into the fabric of your institution and the budget of your institution for years to pass. And then the other piece I think that's important is as we look at resources, there's going to need to be a lot of entrepreneurial conversation going on with our four-year colleges and our high school districts, and then with representatives in our business community. So I think that first 2 or 3 years is to develop the framework. And then the fabric you have to put that in the fabric of the organization. But I would defer to Chancellor Oakley because he knows how the framework has to develop the fabric.
That is the key question for all of these initiatives. And I think from our perspective, the work that we will be doing out of the Chancellor's office to create the right ecosystem for these initiatives to really take hold. Guided Pathways has been mentioned, is a part of this ecosystem. Working with the State Board of Education to, again, incentivize the partnership between K-12 and community college, working with the CSU. So I think that this has got to become part of the fabric of every strategic or educational master plan. And the incentive to do that is for the K-12 is, their local control implementation plans really focus on getting more students from high school to going to college. So this is a great place for them to interact and blur the lines between high school and college. For our community colleges, the incentive is to better prepare students for college in high school and engaging in that communication early and often. At the end of the day, our systems are all about outcomes. How can we show that the students coming through our system are successfully completing whatever their educational goal might be? So this feeds right into that outcome.
I have a question. Actually, of the 51 that applied, so 14 got it, that's 37 that are out there. I'm assuming, though, that just because you didn't get the grant, that there's still planning going on. And I think the observation, really, that I wanted to make is back to what Board Member Khan said. The fact that you got 70% interest is pretty tremendous. And it's a credit to how this has really caught fire. So I'm assuming that there is some way for those 37 disappointed districts or colleges to stay connected with you all, and in the hopes that more manna from heaven will rain down and they might get a little bit additional planning grant money. But do you expect those other 37 to keep moving forward on their plans? you have a sense of that?
Absolutely, and actually, I think we just saw in our news this morning that Siskiyous had developed College Promise. So they're doing everything they can to do this. This resource would have been, a tremendous gift, but I think all the colleges are looking at all the ways to do this. And let me just reiterate as well, with some of the work we've done the last 2 years has been about dual enrollment, and that's part of this.
Yeah.
And the work we're doing with basic skills is part of this. So when we develop this fabric, and I think we've talked a lot about having students register for a full academic year, which is going to be some changes that we'll do as well. So I think all the pieces that we're trying to put in place are things that we've been doing in our system for the last couple, 3 years, and if we can add some of that to it, and again, we're hoping that the Chancellor's good gifts across the street will find us some more opportunity for the colleges that are interested in this as well.
And for those,
little
and
pressure.
if that doesn't happen, I will remind folks that the Long Beach College Promise started with no external resources.
That is
So-
correct.
Right, there you go.
All right, any other further comments or questions? Oh, I'm sorry, Board Member Haynes, I'm sorry about that.
I just wanted to confirm and affirm that the districts and colleges throughout the state, including Los Rios, is going to continue this work because it's in benefit of the student and it makes
That's right.
sense. And so, and I know I don't want to say regardless of the funds, but if it's the right thing to do, we need to make certain that we budgetize it as a value
Right.
and that we internalize it in a way that benefits students.
That's wonderful. Any other further comments or questions before I entertain a motion? Okay, seeing none, I'll take a motion.
I move approval.
Okay, I've got Haynes as the mover and Hawkins as the seconder. All those in favor say, oh wait, isn't this an information item? We
It's
don't
ac-
need to take a motion.
It's
it is.
action.
No,
I'm sorry, I got confused.
We pulled
I
it
took you
out of
order.
contracts
Okay.
to talk about.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Oppose? Abstentions? Terrific.
you very much.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
We're going to take a 5-minute break, and then we're going to power through our strategic visioning process, and Vice Chancellor Mattoon, we're going to get through state and federal before lunch. I think, maybe. We'll see how it goes. Okay, see you back in 5 minutes.